Hey everybody, this is Dr. Rocks with Pounding Rocks Truck Shop here. Double Dare Extra Large is no longer in the spot that it was in. It actually moved here under its own power. It's still not a happy camper, and I guess it needs more sorting at this point. Power steering. I have bled it 100 times and it still overflows past the cap. Not as bad. It doesn't have a geyser. It's not spraying out like it was last year. There's definitely a lot of air in the system, and I can hear the pump going and buzzing and everything, but I've been topping it off, and it just seems like it's endlessly hungry for power steering fluid. It's not, other than where it's coming out of from the cap, it's not leaking anywhere else in the system that I'm seeing. So that's problemo number one. Problemo number two is that it's not getting warm enough, and it may just be today's weather, I don't know, but it's not getting warm enough to drop the idle down to close to 1,000. The lowest it gets is about like 1250. It sounds a healthy 1250, and it really does rip when you get on it, but it is definitely not getting down to a regular steady idle. And that leads me to my next dilemma. I'm still smelling a lot of fuel in the exhaust, so it is definitely still over fueling to some degree. I had it running for a while today. It's probably run for a good half hour, including moving here from its resting place. I wanted to move it around just so my yard looks a little different here, because if everything sits in the same spot over and over and over again, then I'm I start to feel like I'm not getting anything done with my life. That said, I can put my hand on the engine here and hold it there after 15-20 minutes. I mean, the blower's warm. It's definitely hot. You can definitely feel the temperature. The upper radiator hose is hot, so the thermostat is opening. The top of the radiator is hot. The cap is cold, but the top of the radiator is hot. So I don't know exactly how hot it's getting. I may add an aftermarket gauge just to look into it, but according to the dash gauge, it is definitely not getting even remotely over the cold line. It's coming up, but it's sitting right at the cold line, and no matter how much you idle it or how much you beat on it, it doesn't go any higher or anything like that. The other thing, and I know that the Supercharger guys will chime in and tell me that this is what it is, but the bypass is bypassed, and I lifted the lever to actually bypass the blower while the truck was running, and all the bearing noise inside this thing went away and smoothed right out. I have this blocked off. I don't know if I probably should keep it blocked off because that's atmosphere. It's corroded. It's starting to crack, but as soon as I touched that, the idle went completely bonkers, and then I shut it off for a few minutes and let it cool down, restarted it, and it was idling steady again. But it is running. It starts, you can hear it starts hard. You can hear it like boom, and then it'll fire up. But then once it's running, it runs great. It's getting 19 inches of mercury, which is pretty good compared to what it was last year when we were running it and everything. So that's a good thing, but I can still smell a lot of fuel in the exhaust here, which is not a good thing. And it's only, if it's running that pig rich, it's only a matter of time before these plugs foul out again and I start having the same problems I had before. So I don't know, I might try advancing the timing a little bit more, seeing if that helps it any or not. But it drove here. There's no video footage of it, but it is now down the driveway. Time Machine 720, I'll have another video on that here soon. But it definitely moved here, and it's blocking Le Rouge. And that gives me plenty of other space for activities. So stay tuned. I will continue to work on this and figure it out. It's a nice day today. I figured I'd tinker with the steering a little bit, but it's acting like it's some kind of spot where it's getting air and it's just bubbling over, and you know, no matter how much I've put in it, it may still need more. Who knows? The system, I couldn't imagine the system was that dry, but this thing did sit as a bare frame for a while, so who knows what exactly happened. There might be a spider buildup or something in one of the hoses or whatnot, but you know, I think I kept that reservoir there. The pump might be junk. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a future video on Double Dare Extra Large. Coming up next is going to be my dilemmas with this guy, which aren't terrible, but are still going to be sidetracking that one for a little bit. Thanks again. Tune in. See ya.